All right, so I really want to tell you, what's happening in India, right? And where is India headed? Okay? I thank Yusuf and his team to invite me and give me this chance to speak to you. You all understand English? Yes. So, I really represent, and I believe that I've seen the last 30 years of my life as a young adult, or a young teen 30 years ago, till today. I have seen the country, and I've seen the world. So, I had a chance to study at IIT Kharagpur, and I worked in Indian Aluminum Company, Muri, as a production chemical engineer, and applied to go to the US for higher studies. And in 1995, I went to the US to do my master's in engineering. And I did my engineering from one of the best universities in the world, called the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign, very close to Chicago. I got married in Ranchi back in 1996, in here itself. And I kept visiting Ranchi. I was working with one of the world's best corporate, Fortune 50 companies in America. I worked for big companies in America. But every time I came to India, and every time that I came back to see Jharkhand, I was totally aghast and totally disturbed and perturbed that the way the world was moving forward, the way most of the other parts of the country was moving forward, Jharkhand was not moving forward. Jharkhand had unbelievable complex issues, and that most of the issues involved corruption. Jharkhand actually was going through a very difficult time. Now, there was a student of Lohardaga who somehow managed to pass matriculation, and somehow went to IIT, and somehow managed to go to the US with an awesome job, with a great salary, and great life in the US. I just could not control myself with the fact that the land that I had left behind was not doing good. All my education in IIT or in the US was done by scholarship. So I had an intense desire to come back to India, to be part of the India's economy, and to be part of the India's growth. Many of my friends who were matriculated with me in Lohardaga, I cannot count how many, I cannot count in my fingers, in my one finger also, how many of those people got meaningful employment. Out of 330 students, only 31 students got the first division. In that 31 students also, I don't know, even 5 people also got a meaningful job. And all those people, whenever I was coming back to India, those people would come and meet me. The families that were helping me out during my early child education, they used to come to me and say that Aman Bhai or Aman Bhaiya or Amanullah, we are going through very difficult time. And so, it might not, I do not know your background, and I do not know how good background you're from, but the background I have evolved from was from an absolute abyss and a very, very underprivileged family. Now, the question to me, and the question that I was thinking, and the dilemma that I had, was whether I stick back in the US and stay back and live my life, a luxurious life in the US, or I leave US and come back to India. Because the country was really calling me. The country was really looking for someone who has done something in life to come back and be part of the country's growth, however small, but a tangible growth. So in 2005, I decided to come back to India. In 10 years in America, with a green card and everything in Canada and all, I decided to leave the Western world, to come back, be part of the country, to solve, and to be part of the solution to solve the problem of India. In 2005, I got a chance to study at the University of Oxford, UK. Again, when I went to the UK and when I went to the Oxford, I just could not have believed myself. You cannot believe a guy who actually has a torn pant and a torn chappal can sit in Oxford and study with the Prime Minister, the son of a Prime Minister and a son of a President, doing project together. I would have never imagined a person like me. Now the question that I was thinking is that what's going to happen to the hundreds of thousands of Jharkhand students? If Amanullah can make it to Oxford, which is with such a humble background, why can't hundreds of thousands of other people can make it to the good universities in the world? What was really stopping the youth of India? What was actually stopping the youth of Jharkhand? Right? These were the questions that was coming to my mind. Anyway, I returned back to India in 2006. Since 2006, I've been working in India. I was a CEO and a director of a company. And I did a lot of Indian infrastructure development. I built roads, I built ports, I built power plants, I built power infrastructure, I built for metro rail. I did a lot of work in the country in India, and I understood India very well. The first 2 years in India, I've spent time in Muri, Ranchi. Okay, I did not have much time to understand India at that time. I was a fresh graduate. The next 11 years, I was outside India. So out of my professional career in India, more than 50% of my life has been outside India. And I wanted to come back to be part of the country. So 2006 I came back. I've been working in India since 2006 in corporate India. When I saw the other states of India, especially the Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Kerala and all, and I was coming to Jharkhand because I knew Jharkhand is my home. Jharkhand is my, everybody who lives in my family is in Jharkhand. I felt that I needed more in Jharkhand than in India. And the reason was that Jharkhand was really going through very difficult time. The corruption was huge in Jharkhand. Right? The students were not getting meaningful employment. The students were not getting the quality education. All our people, 4,85,000 students in Ranchi University at any given point in time, and you go and find out in the placement department how many thousand students go out from Ranchi University as a meaningful job. So you are creating 4.85 lakh bulbs in a factory, which is a Ranchi University factory, and the number of bulbs who are actually working is 3,000. The remaining bulbs are getting fused. The Ranchi University and the universities around, because of lack of infrastructure, lack of industry, the small, medium and cottage industry and infrastructure, we are creating fused bulbs. हमारे बच्चों में employability ही नहीं है. हमारे बच्चों में employment ही नहीं है. We do not have employment opportunity. And if you do not have employment opportunity, you will not be compelled to do good in your education. You need to create the environment to be employable. So I was really aghast to see the status of my own home state, Jharkhand. So I decided that I will come back and work in Jharkhand. So from 2008, I always come to Jharkhand. Although I was a CEO of a company, I was a director of a company. And I work, but I spend time in Jharkhand, understand the situation and the issues and the aspirations of people of Jharkhand. Jharkhand has 48% young people. There is no job. There is no environment. 2.5 lakh students did the TET, the teacher's test, whatever entrance test, right? Only 12,000 were supposed to be given jobs. Those people are also not given jobs so far. If you assume that 12,000 will be given job, what would happen to the 2.38 lakh people? Who is thinking about this economic engagement of our young? Who is thinking about how to really engage our young to create the India that the India deserves? We think that India is at the top 3 or top 5 nations of the world, but we are not. Our personality is completely deformed. It's a 1% of the people of the country are good, the 99% of the people are not good. We want to change the personality. We want to redefine the personality of the country. We have to redefine the personality of the country. If we do not engage our youth in a meaningful matter, what we call and what the country is calling demographic dividend will become a demographic disaster. All of you, you must fight for yourselves and